In the last episode, we completed the floor of the new shed. Now, we will build and put up the side walls. The walls are going to require several materials, including 6 4x8 sheets of OSB, some 12-foot 2x4s, and a whole lot of 8-foot 2x4s. I think I ended up getting 24 of them. I also need 6 8-foot 4x4 posts. There will be one at each corner and one on each side of the front door wall. Consult my technical drawing for all my measurements. The walls will be 12 feet long and 6 feet 9 inches high, with a 6-foot 7.5 inch head clearance at the doorways. I start by measuring and cutting 3 of the 4x4 posts to 6 feet 6 inches. With a 2x4 on top and bottom, this will give me a final height of 6 feet 9 inches. To cut the 4x4s, I set the depth of my saw to maximum, then cut one side of the post, flip it over, and cut through to the previous cut. I decided on a final height of 6 feet 9 inches because that will give me a good amount of headroom in the doorways and inside the shed, but gives me just enough clearance to fit under the eave of the house. On either end of the 12-foot 2x4 that will be on top of the wall, I cut a 45-degree angle because I want the top boards from the back doorway and at the front patio to butt up against them and also mount to the top of the posts. I screwed the top board to the post first, then I cut 3 of the 8-foot 2x4s to 6 feet 6 inches just like the posts. I then lay them out at about 2 feet 10 inches. This is very not standard, and the reason I ended up doing this has to do with wanting enough space on the patio to put some small chairs, dividing the 12-foot length into 4 fairly even-sized segments, and utilizing the 4x8 sheets of OSB to their maximum without wasting a bunch of material. Once the posts are all in place, I screw them all into the top board with 3-inch construction screws. I then measure out and screw them all into the bottom 2x4. I go ahead and check the wall for square. Next up, I'm going to cut 6 2x4 pieces to fit in between the posts. 3 at about 1 foot 6 inches from the top of the wall, and 3 at 2 feet 6 inches from the floor. This will do a few things. They will provide support for the wall boards when I mount them. They will provide support for shelves and pegboard inside the shed. And cosmetically, they will provide the look I want for framing the windows on the sides and front door of the shed. And the look will be carried around to the front porch as railing. Now I can start cutting the wallboard and mounting it to the frame. This is where all the strange dimensions work out. By dividing my wall into non-standard segments, I can use one OSB sheet to provide material for parts of the walls as well as the front walls and doors. The remaining scraps will cover the back wall and leave just enough for a few shelves. I need to cut out a notch in the top rear piece where that back wall top board will fit on the corner post. Jack helped me to square the frame before nailing the wallboards into the frame. I nail the boards in with the same galvanized box nails I used to nail in the floorboards. Jack also helped me nail in the remaining wallboards, but unfortunately, that video didn't turn out. With this wall complete, it's now time to lift it into place. I recruited Jody to help me out with that. I attached a 2x4 to the far end that will brace it once we get it up, but it makes it a little tricky to get it up in the tight confines of the side yard. We adjust the wall into position, check it for plumb, and screw in the brace. Now it's time to build the second wall, pretty much the same as the first one. I did make one small change in that I didn't put the cross pieces at the front segment of the wall. I did this because there's no need for support there for the wall board. Cosmetically, this side of the shed won't be seen, and inside the shed, that wall will have a workbench, so won't need support for shelves or pegboards. I again cut 45-degree angles on the 12-foot 2x4 that'll span the top of the wall. Between last weekend and this weekend, Jack went and broke his collarbone, so I don't have him to help me nail in the wall boards this time. Once again, time to lift this one up and put it in place. I put a brace on this one as well so that when we get it all plumb and square, it'll hold it into place. Just a few 3-inch construction screws through the bottom board into the floor will hold the wall in place and keep it from shifting. Well, that's it. The walls are up and in position, really starting to look like a shed. Next time, I'll build the back doorway and the front doorway and all the sliding doors.